You're listening to the Nerd Couple Show. Settling nerd couple arguments one episode at a time.
I was completely mental.
Honestly, Ron, you're saying that about someone else.
What?
And here's your hosts, Jen Page and John Curtis.
You know how to love me like a nerd.
Welcome back, nerds.
We're back from summer vacation.
It's still hot and sweaty in the garage, though.
It is. And this is a cool day in LA.
So today's show is different than other shows that you have listened to before because we are going to tell you a big announcement.
Ooh.
And then we're going to tell you why this show is different. In that order, I guess.
And now...
Drum roll. So the Nerd Couple Show has been invited to LeakyCon in Denver.
October 14th through 16th.
And we are gearing up for that right now. And we're going to have a whole Nerd Dome there, live with you wizards. So if you're at LeakyCon, you better come show up.
They might not know what LeakyCon is.
Well, then tell them.
It is a convention like a Comic-Con just for Harry Potter.
I don't use the word Harry Potter. I say for the Wizarding World. Gearing up for that, which is in about 2 weeks, we are going to do the Road to LeakyCon episodes, which are bite-sized episodes every couple days leading up to...
LeakyCon!
So there we go. That's the Road to LeakyCon. Today's episode is Dumbledore. Big fat liar or the lovable headmaster who we all love.
It's very obvious that he's the lovable headmaster that we all love. So, now that that's over...
The reason I brought this up is because I've always thought... I loved Dumbledore.
Loved? Past tense?
I loved Dumbledore reading the books until the last book. Or was it the book before the last? Either way, I think it was the last book. When we find out he's a big fat liar.
We found out he was a big fat liar the whole series in a way because he was always keeping stuff from Harry. There's books where he and Harry don't even talk because they're all mad at each other or Dumbledore's not mad at Harry, but Harry is mad at Dumbledore because Dumbledore is being a quiet, non-talky, secretive guy.
Obviously, John doesn't remember the books at all.
I do remember the books, probably better than you, and you just read the first two again.
I have just read the first two. That is correct.
Keeping stuff from Harry, is that the same thing as lying to Harry?
If the whole time Harry thinks that Dumbledore is his friend and the person who he can rely on to protect him, and then he finds out that if you haven't read the books, watched the movies at this point, sorry.
Spoiler.
There's just going to be 2 weeks of spoilers for you. If you haven't, and then to find out that Dumbledore basically was just like setting him up to be against Voldemort.
Okay, yes. Dumbledore.
Like he was like, Harry has to die.
Right, okay. Dumbledore kept this all from Harry, but is that the same thing as Harry going up to Dumbledore and saying, hey, I kind of figured some stuff out. I think I'm a Horcrux. I'm going to have to die for Voldemort to die, right? And if at that point Dumbledore says, I don't know what you're talking about, then he's a but he didn't say that. He never was asked that direct question, so he never really lied to Harry.
So basically, okay, so if I go out and make out with, I don't know... For some reason, Mark Hamill's the first name that came in my mind. That's not even the right name because he'd be like, go, yes, please, take pictures.
Now that I know this is a thing, I'm going to ask you every day now, did you make out with Mark Hamill?
But let's
start today. Did you make out with Mark Hamill?
Not yet, no.
Mr. Hamill, I thought we were friends on Twitter.
But if I make out with some dude, right, and I don't tell you, so I'm not lying, I'm just not telling you.
By my own rationale, you are correct. You are not lying to me.
Well, let's be
clear.
Check
it out, though.
If you ever make out with a girl and you don't tell me, you are lying.
Well, not technically.
By my definition.
Okay.
By the definition of this Star Wars band on my left.
I'm sponging what you're spilling.
Finger.
But check it out. Dumbledore is not a bad guy. He let Harry mature in the way he thought was best for Harry to process his destiny. Thank you.
Okay, so I think it's the best if my daughter goes out and gets a job at 13 and figures out how to pay rent because that's best for her destiny.
But it's not. The best thing for her destiny at 13 is having fun and being a teenager.
But what he did to Harry was worse because Harry was constantly in the middle of almost dying for his whole teenage years.
He literally let Harry do what I just said that you should let Harley do at 13. He let Harry be a kid. He let Harry grow up. He let Harry make mistakes.
He let Harry almost die several times.
By being a hero. It's the hero's journey. The old wizard friend.
This
mentor.
is the moment where I'm sad that we're not live with our nerds, because I am very curious what you nerds think about.
With me.
They might, and I'm very curious to know what you nerds think about the Dumbledore situation. Because also, you go back to the Jude Law Dumbledore from Fantastic Beasts.
Love it.
And he seems, I don't know, kind and adorable, but he also does seem like he's hiding something now that I think about it.
Dumbledore's a secretive guy. Look at his history with his brother, with his sister that they helped kill in a way. I mean, they've got demons, which is not to say that he's a bad person.
We all have demons. I'm not going to let somebody I care about just die.
Okay, check it out. The world is going to explode unless you kill me.
Well, I mean, when you're irritating me like now, it's a little easier to say that.
Okay, let's say. Okay, let's.
But
let's
what was the world going to explode?
The world is not going to explode. And okay, I'll change the circumstance. You need to buy milk, or you kill me. I got nothing.
Well, nerds, if you're listening, please join our Facebook group and at allnerdswelcome.com and tell me how wrong I am or how wrong John is or whatever you're thinking, or just come and share any nerdy wizarding thoughts you have.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Simple, though. Dumbledore. You like him? Love him? Hate him? Leave him? What? Tell us.
And with the plane going overhead, we'll say, that's today's nugget for you. We'll see you on the next road to LeakyCon.
Expelliarmus!
You've been listening to The Nerd Couple Show. If you're having fun nerding out with us, please subscribe to Apple Podcasts. Rate and review as it helps others find the show, which helps us keep delivering fun content. We're also on all of your other favorite podcast apps. Nerd out all week with us on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. You can find us on all socials at Nerd Couple Show.
We want to hear from you. Send your questions and topics you think we should cover to nerdcoupleshow@gmail.com and check out our merch shop with original Nerd Couple Show designs. Visit thenerdcoupleshow.com to find all the ways you can get into the conversation, including our private Facebook community where all nerds are welcome. Thank you again for being on this hero's journey with us.
'Cause you know how to love me like